On February 4th, 2026, the software world changed forever. It's being called the SaaS apocalypse, a one-hour wipeout that erased $285 billion. The NASDAQ Cloud Index didn't just dip, it plummeted. This wasn't a standard correction, it was a fundamental reevaluation of every software company on Earth. Even the titans weren't safe. Microsoft shed $360 billion in market cap in a single day. That is nearly 20% of its yearly value gone. Salesforce shares dropped 14% in just 5 days. The company that pioneered the cloud is now fighting for its life against a new kind of competitor. ServiceNow saw an 11% drop despite beating earnings for 9 straight quarters. The market no longer cares about good results, it wants AI dominance. But Intuit took the biggest punch. The TurboTax parent crashed 11% in a day and is now down 38% for the year. The reason? Fear. That fear has a name: AI agents. We aren't just talking about chatbots. We are talking about autonomous entities that can perform entire human workflows. Look at Anthropic's Claude Cowork. It can automate legal work, sales tasks, and data analysis instantly. It makes traditional legal software look like a typewriter. Jason Lemkin, the godfather of SaaS, argues that software isn't being killed, it's being starved, and he's right. Budgets are being cannibalized. Companies are shifting every spare dollar into AI infrastructure. Hyperscalers are projected to spend over $470 billion this year alone. Meta is spending up to $135 billion. Microsoft is at $75 billion. This money is being pulled directly away from SaaS subscriptions. For 2 decades, SaaS grew by selling seats, 1 license per human user. But what happens when an AI agent does the work of 50 humans? The seat model dies. We are moving toward outcome-based pricing. You don't pay for the software, you pay for the result. This is a nightmare for incumbents with high-margin seat models. Short sellers are having a field day. They've already made over $20 billion this year betting against legacy software companies. The multiples are collapsing. The average forward earnings multiple for software has collapsed from 39 to just 21. The market is finally acknowledging that the era of easy growth is over. Who survives? The systems of record. Companies that own the data. AI agents still need to read from and write to databases. If you own the data, you have a moat. But if your software is just a pretty user interface, you are in trouble. AI agents can bypass your UI entirely via API. Your product becomes a background utility. Success now requires an AI-native experience. It's not about slapping a chatbot onto your old product, it's about rethinking how work gets done from the ground up. Goldman Sachs predicts that by 2030, over 60% of software economics will flow through agentic systems. The overall market will expand, but the winners will change. To understand why this is happening so fast, we have to look back. The cloud era wasn't just about software, it was about a shift in how humanity manages information. In the beginning, software lived in massive boxes, on-premise servers. It was slow, expensive, and rigid. Then came the cloud, promising freedom and scale. For 20 years, the cloud won. We moved everything to the web. But the cloud had a flaw. It still required humans to push the buttons. AI agents are removing the human from that loop. This is Cloud 2.0. In this new world, software isn't a tool you use. It's a teammate that performs. It doesn't wait for your input. It anticipates your intent. Niche SaaS companies that solve one specific problem are the most vulnerable. Why pay for a standalone legal research tool when your general agent already knows the law? We are seeing the commoditization of logic. Basic tasks like accounting, data entry, and simple marketing are being automated to the point where they cost almost zero. The companies that survive will be those that embrace this. They will stop being SaaS and start being AI service providers. They will sell certainty, not access. Your data is your moat. If you have years of proprietary data, you can train agents that no one else can match. This is the only way to stay relevant in the agentic age. Let's go back to the budget. When a company spends $50 million on GPU compute, that money has to come from somewhere. Often, it's the marketing software budget. The infrastructure kings, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Google, are effectively taxing the rest of the software world to build the foundations of AI. They are the new gatekeepers. Short sellers aren't just betting against companies, they are betting against a mindset. The growth at all costs era is dead. Profitability and AI readiness are the only metrics that matter. By 2030, the entire software economy will be agentic. We will look back at seat-based subscriptions the way we look at physical CD-ROMs today, a relic of a manual past. So what is left for the humans? We become the architects. We set the goals, define the ethics, and manage the agents. Our value moves from doing to deciding. This is the biggest transition in the history of work. It's scary, yes, but it's also an opportunity to solve problems we could never touch before. If you are an investor, look for the data. If you are a founder, build for agents. If you are a user, get ready for software that actually works for you. From the rubble of the SaaS apocalypse, a new industry is rising. It will be faster, leaner, and more powerful than anything we've seen. The era of manual software is over. The $300 billion wipeout was just the opening act. The real story is the trillion-dollar transition that is about to happen as AI agents take over the world. This isn't just a market shift, it's a geopolitical one. The nations and companies that control the best agents will control the global economy of 2030. The stakes are absolute. Take Anthropic. By releasing tools that automate legal research, they didn't just compete with legal SaaS, they effectively replaced the need for it for thousands of firms. Legacy providers are scrambling, but you can't build an agentic future on top of a 2010 database architecture. Most of these companies will be hollowed out before they can pivot. Investors, stop looking at revenue growth. Start looking at R&D efficiency and data density. The most valuable companies of the next decade might have 10 employees and 10,000 agents. This is the trillion-dollar transition. It's the greatest reallocation of wealth in history, and it's happening right now, in front of your eyes. The SaaS apocalypse was the wake-up call. The manual era is over, the agentic age has begun. Choose your side wisely. Thank you for watching this deep dive investigation into the SaaS apocalypse. The world is changing. Stay agentic.